What's up, guys? Omar here, broker and CEO of Alden Mortgage and Ome Realty. So bankruptcy, okay? Bankruptcy and mortgages. Where are you at? Now listen, before we get on with this video, bankruptcies are a terrible thing, right? You went through some shit. Don't ever let anybody make you feel bad about it, because I hear so many people that have gone through a bankruptcy and they step in front of a lender and you get those weird looks or whatever. Listen, things happen. Life goes on. You did what you had to do, and you know what? Forget about all of them. Whatever, okay? So let's go ahead and go with can you still get a mortgage with a bankruptcy? Yeah, of course you can. Now these are the waiting periods. Now if you are trying to go into like the FHA round, FHA is like the most lenient when it comes to bankruptcy, so we're just gonna stick with the FHA one. FHA, if you have a Chapter 7, okay, Chapter 7 for bankruptcy, the waiting period on that is going to be 2 years. Now, is there ways that you could get around that? Yes, there is. And I'm not talking about get around it, okay? I might have worded that one incorrectly. Are there circumstances that you could be in that will go ahead and dismiss the waiting period for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy? Yes, but I'll tell that in a little bit. Let me just get on with the rest of them. Number 2 is going to be Chapter 13. Chapter 13 is going to be a 1-year waiting period. So you just have to wait till your 1 year is up. And mind you, I know some of you that might be watching this, if you do go to a bankruptcy, right, you probably are getting like 1,000,002 calls right after you file bankruptcy with creditors trying to go ahead and give you credit card after credit card, and please apply for this, please apply for that. Please, for the love of God, don't get back into that slippery slope that you were in. Now, as far as getting your credit score back up, I'll put a link somewhere like right up here, and you could go ahead and watch that to go ahead and help you build your credit up back a little bit, so we could get you into a more prime rate. Now, when you do go into a bankruptcy, you're not going to be in the prime rate anymore. You know, you're gonna, you filed bankruptcy, so anticipate to have a little bit of a higher rate. But it's not the end of the world. You can still go ahead and do it. So Chapter 7, it's 2 years. Chapter 13 is going to be 1 year. Then what we have is your foreclosures. Foreclosures, those are the doozies that we have to go ahead and get around. Short sales, things like that. If you're watching this video, you probably know exactly the situation that you're in. Just know it has anything associated to do with the house, and then a lien foreclosure or whatever type of foreclosure they have, if there was a mechanics lien put on your home or whatever it is, right? That is going to be 3 years. Now, once we waited for all of those, then we could go ahead and apply for a mortgage, and you'll be good to go. You could get that FHA loan. You could get now. I don't want to go ahead and say conforming your everyday conventional loans, because honestly, it's changed so much in the past year. Guidelines have just went so bananas in the past year, and we're in 2022 right now in February, and I'm talking about 2021, that I'm just gonna stick with FHA, because I can't with a conscious heart say, you know what, this is exactly what it is. So I'm not gonna give that to you. If you do wanna know at this very time, or whenever you're watching this video, if you wanna see if you can go ahead and qualify, just shoot me an email, follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM or whatever it is. All the links are in the description below, and I'll be more than happy to go ahead and individually tell you, or put a comment. I'll let you know at that time if they're allowing it or if they're not. Now, here are the exceptions, though. There are some exceptions. Now, if you have a death that was the sole reason behind you going into bankruptcy. Like, let's say you were a 2-income household, and then you went to a 1-income household, and then everything just went terrible. You ended up losing your house. You had to file a foreclosure. You had to file for bankruptcy. That's one of them. Death is one of them. Disaster is number 2. Okay, so whether there's like a tornado or a tsunami or whatever it might be, your house burned down to a freak accident or whatever it is, right? And your insurance wasn't covering it, or this was happening, whatever the situation might be. If it was a disaster, then that is another way to go ahead and skip the line on the waiting period for the 1, 2, and 3 years, because it just is what it is. Life happens. Sometimes things happen, and especially when you're dealing with insurance agencies, sometimes they just want to be completely stupid. Mind you, I ordered a fridge from Best Buy that's associated with this company called American Appliance. They ruined my floors, they ruined my cabinets, they ruined a bunch of stuff, gave me a broken fridge, and this was like an $11,000 fridge. And you want to know, after I fixed everything, how much the cost of that? So the cost of the fridge was $11,000. Then the floor was another $3,500 to fix it, because it was just one section of it. Because they took these dollies, and it was like this massive built-in fridge, and it cracked the floors all the way from the entryway all the way to the end, right? Then the guys who install it, they didn't know what they were doing. They had no idea what they were doing. So what you do is you have to make it look clean. So what they do is they have these little brackets at the top, and they have to drill outwards, right? And when they drill outwards, that keeps everything clean and it doesn't ruin the cabinets. Well, these guys went from the outside, and he was like playing whack-a-mole with the stupid little gun, and he just like made a bunch of holes in the side of my brand new cabinets. Now this is a new development. Everything was brand new. I had them custom made and everything like that. And here's the kicker. You want to know what they offered me after I almost paid $12,000 to fix it? $600. So giving you that story, I understand more than anybody else out there that things happen. These insurance agencies, whatever happened to your house that required you to go into a foreclosure, or they took the house away, or whatever the situation might be due to a disaster. Yeah, I get it. These insurance agencies just they just jerk you around like you're nothing. So it makes a lot of sense. So to recap, Chapter 7, 2 years. Chapter 13, 1 year. Foreclosures and any type of associated with like short sales or anything like that, that is going to be a 3-year waiting period until you could go ahead and reapply for a mortgage. Well, for up to 50% commission rebate, or any mortgaging assistance, or 0%, you heard me right, 0% listing, so we don't charge you any commission to go ahead and list your house, link in the description below. And for any mortgaging assistance, of course, link in the description below. That's what I do. That's my main expertise. I'm more of a mortgage broker than I am on the sell side, but we're here to help out everybody. And if this helped you out at all, please think about hitting a like, subscribe, a comment, or something, and we'll be more than happy to help. If you want me to talk about anything else, comment below. Till next video, guys. Take it easy.